Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. Day one. Right. Amazing keynote by Fabian. And I'm not sure I will live up to that expectation, but I will try to make it as exciting as possible to make sure that at least I come close to the Fabian keynote. But super excited for Odoo 19, super excited to be in Belgium with all of you guys. And the topic that we are trying to cover today is automation of digitizing the entire manufacturing process for one of our customers, Mascot, and they have a business operation in Canada and USA, and we are very proud to implement Odoo for them a couple of years back, and with a few years of data we are able to measure the kind of productivity improvement and kind of process automation that we are able to do it from the previous disjointed system. A little bit about Brainvire. We are a digital transformation agency, around 4,500 team members across the globe. We are in North America, US and Canada, Middle East in Dubai, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi, Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia and India. A little bit about Odoo, that we are close to around 280 Odoo expert, 300 plus implementation that we have done on Odoo, and then 150 or 170 plus Odoo certification team members we have. So, some of our customers logo. Apart from Odoo, we do a little bit of digital commerce and the customer experience, which is like Shopify and Adobe Commerce. We are partnered with SAP on a separate company where we do SAP implementation, and Odoo has been a journey with us for last 6-7 years that we established. I am the CEO and founder of Brainvire. Brainvire is a company we started around 11 years back, and before that I had 2 other entrepreneurs trained. This company we grew to around 1,800 team members last year, and then we got private equity investment, and now we are a part of the group which is 4,500 team members. We are proudly associated with Odoo from 2019, 18-19. We started partnership in 20, and we are proud to be a global partner with them globally in whatever the country that we are operating with Odoo at this point of time. Little bit about the customer, and is one of my favorite customer. The customer company is called Street Character. They develop the mascots, and it's like a fun thing. Even my daughter loves that, and I'm sure each and every kids going into sports and activities, this is some of the things that they will be looking forward to it. So they do street characters, typically for the sports teams. They do it for the schools, they do it for the brands, and for the organization if certain organization wants it out on a personalized level for the team members and all. Most important thing is they are known for their high quality, durability, and of course the creativity, because the art and design is the most important aspect of delivering the mascot in a right way. They're known for their innovation, craftsmanship and personalization experience they give it to every customer, because personalization is something key for them, that every customer want very personalized mascot characters, design. Based on that they give you the sales confirmation, and they want that uniqueness to come out within the system. Now before Odoo, what was the life? This business is in work for last 20 years or so. So they were disjointed system, right? They were using multiple different systems. The website was running in WordPress. They had accounting which was running in QuickBook. They had separate document management, and all the design documents they were trying to keep it with a bill of material in a separate system. They were using some known management as the customer engagement or customer CRM solution. And then there was a disjoint of manual process, that once your order get confirmed, you need to do the designing of the characters. Then the design artists get involved. All of those processes were running offline and manual. So that was a big challenge, right, for them, that once you receive the order, you need to inform your designer, then your designer do the design, then again you need to go back to the customer for approval. Once it get approved, you need to document that within your order or the contract, so that when the production comes, you make sure that you are aligned together with customer. And that what we try to do is a complete workflow automation from the digitization point of view. So we try to do it in such a way that as soon as you put your order, confirmation of the sales order, that create a task for the designer create the design, and then it create a notification to the customer to give the approval or back and forth on the design. Once the design get approved, you get into the production, bill of material calculated at that point of time, given it to the shop floor from the manufacturing point of view. Same confirmation approval goes to the QC team to do the quality check after the production is done, and then the shipment and things like that. Lot of time the customer dissatisfaction was the major challenge, that customer place an order, they don't know what is the status of the order. Typically there were challenges in terms of designers communicating with customers, salespeople getting frustrated when they call the customer, they ask for the status, they don't know the status because of the disjoint system. So what we tried to do it with Odoo 2 years back. I think Odoo 16 is what we implemented for them. One is we implemented a custom CPQ model for them completely within the Odoo, so that entire bill of material, entire configuration, all the custom product pricing automatically come, so that salespeople does not put their own sales pricing, but it goes through the entire CPQ model of pricing which has been defined, that if you are using a logo on a left or a right or a center, size of the logo, the pricing change. The digital workflow, as I mentioned, the complete workflow that we automated end to end, which was very important, that, and I will show you in some of the screenshot as we move forward, that how the entire sales process to the entire workflow automation happened till the end of the customer journey from the final delivery point of view. Then comes the process automation. That was also a big part, that how to do the process automation for them, that how to make sure that we get advance notice for the manufacturing orders in place, which are the sales order which are already approved, which are the orders which are in the design phase. So we all know that what to look forward to from the manufacturing point of view. Quality and delivery was a big concern. There was a QC team in place, but for them to identify what was approved by the customer, what was the custom notes that was written during the order, and what are the quality they need to check. Because of the disjointed system, everything was remaining in a multiple system. So we tried to consolidate that. And then last but not the least was the financial and accounting system, that how to make sure that your data flows together, right from your customer, CRM, sales, order, accounting, payment, billing. They had a partial billing payments as well. They wanted to take some payment at the start, some payment at the final production ready, things like that. So that was something which was very crucial for them. Generally what we implemented was a customized Odoo. So of course we use sales, purchase, inventory, account, finance, manufacturing, the standard modules, and then there was all the customization that was done on top of that. We developed a custom BOM in such a way that which are the identical BOMs which are remaining, so that you put the product or the type of products in the same category and you're able to do the estimation in a little bit better way rather than using in the same way as you were doing in the past. Intermodule workflow was very important, right, from the sales to purchase to customer support to manufacturing, designing, and that is something that we try to do it with a complete system, and we make the entire workflow with automation which was there. So the sales process with the CRM team, customer team exactly know the status of their orders, exactly know where it is. If they are calling the customer or if they are customer calling, they exactly know right now it is pending for the design approval at a customer end, or it is at a shop floor for manufacturing. And then of course that entire thing was collaborated together with the designing and development, the process that we followed from the QA and the business process outcome that what we wanted to achieve. So these are some of the screens just to give you high level idea of kind of customization that we try to bring it. That CRM lead that we are giving the quotations or the leads which are there, we are giving with the Mascot images within the CRM Kanban view. So it's easy for people to identify the salespeople, easy to move them around, easy to visualize the thing. These are small things, but it make a big impact in terms of the adaptation, because it was a challenge that moving the people from the known management, which is a CRM solution, into the Odoo solution. We had to make sure that we give some caveat to all the salespeople, so they are happy to use it out in a system which is there. When you add a lead, when you get into the quotation, we make sure that there is a create a sketch. That is one of the workflow that we entered within the system. Sometimes you want to create a sketch as a pre-sales effort. Sometimes you are going to do it only after the quotation get approved. So that depend upon the sales pitch, that depend upon the customer size, things like that. But there were options given creating a sketch within the workflow, and some of those were mandatory steps that you need to do it before you move to the next step. So this was something which was very unique and something which was very important. Now you have to assign an artist once the order get confirmed. So assigning the artist and then the customer workflow approval. So that was something that once you get into the sketch, there was a process that you assign an artist. So because of the Odoo logging and tracking, we exactly able to know when order get approved, when artist was assigned, from the time artist assigned, how long it took to design, how long it took to customer to approve. So if there is any delay, we can get the dashboard and reports to find out the efficiency, and ultimately you improve the productivity, because most of the time customers sign the order but they take a time to approve, and you don't have a system in place to track all of those things, and because of that you're not able to get hold of the customer in a right way. So we try to do it within the system in such a way that everything can be logged, everything is tracked, and everything is done in such a way that it's been timely, time bound logged. Now sales quotation, like that typically we create a quotation, but now we create a quotation with a Mascot which is approved, and that comes as a part of the sales quote, and there is a link to click and open, approve, view, things like that, which is something important, because sales order is your final order which will remain as the final order between the customer and you, so that in the future if there is a dispute you can get into that in detail and the nitty-gritty of that. Now also there is a type of mascots they were using, so we corrected the historical data, that how they are giving the estimation, what type of pricing they are giving based on certain type of things. Now of course every Mascot is different, every type is different, but there are certain variances that company has identified, and we collected those data and then try to automate so that the salespeople will know the kind of estimation as they select the type of Mascot, type of things, type of production, they able to get some level of estimation. Now of course there was a flexibility given that they can give 5% discount on top of that, they can give 10% discount on top of that, but those are the kind of things which was discussed during the that approval process, that how much they can able to give the discount on top of that. Now the sales order confirmation was also something which was very important, that earlier it was like totally manually, we try to make sure that we automate that sales order is confirmed, it has been tracked, and dynamically at the final confirmation customer may change certain product or number of items or things like that, and the price get changed. But in that case you don't need to come back, because the item wise billing is given, you change the order, you remove few things, you add few quantity and confirm the order. So that way the dynamic sales order confirmation was something that is created. And then PDF contract was something which is important, that real time to be created, so that once you confirm it's contracted, signed, documented and stored within the Odoo. But we track even the Mascot level inside the system as well, which was something which was very important for them to track it out. Now BOM creation was something which was important. Now earlier there was a process where they were going through the BOM in a manual way, right? We make sure that within the system, as you create your order, the BOM created dynamically. Now of course this was like more of a learning process, that we are creating the BOM based on the historical data. So we also give an option that these are the likelihood BOM which we think based on the order, but then we also kept a manual intervention to modify anything. And once they modify, we track the data back into the system, so that system can learn from itself for the future. Now Mascot was something which was a part of the child creation of the BOM. So this was very important, that one is a material for the clothing and other thing, fabric, and then it is a Mascot that we need to take care of that. So that was something that we created as a part of that. Mascot also had a certain type of BOM which was there dynamically created, so we tried to implement that also within the system, and the customization that was done for them. Spec sheet, that was something important, from the size, color, clarity. Those are some of the very important things, when those are the important factors even to get to the manufacturer, that when you give it to the final manufacturer, what are the spec sheets that is there, the dynamic data that you need to add into that, and making sure that all of this data is created in the system. So that is something we try to make sure that we customize to the level, so that all of aspects, something which is real time created and tracked to the level that is required. Now customer approval, which was very important, that you get that customer sign off, approval, and all of this thing are stored within the Odoo document system, so that you have a sales order associated with the document system, it's signed, tracked, everything like that, so that if there is a dispute, if there is a customer conflict, you can always go back, look at the date when it was signed, what was agreed, what was committed, and then if you have to change something, you can do it in a right way. We make sure that PDFs are generated from the sales order, automatically created, send it to the customers via email, send it to the salesperson via email. We make sure that sales, customer support and customer, all of them are in the same line, align in a right way, and the things and information is tracked to the level which is there. I mean, at the end of the day, we try to achieve objective was when Brainvire do implementation, typically our objective is to do digitization, but that's not the only goal, right? As an organization, we always ask, what is the goal that you want to achieve? Whether you want to improve your shop floor, you want to improve your manufacturing, you want to improve the efficiency, you want to reduce the waste, you want to reduce some of the manual process that you're going through. So those are some of the things we try to measure, right? So streamlining the communication with email automation and discuss module was something which was very crucial for them. Real-time approval process, that was something which was important for them. Website and e-commerce, ordering through the system in a single platform, end-to-end, is something which was important. Blog post, they were using a lot of digital marketing, SEO and blog posts, so that was something which was important. Client approvals and the BOM, those were something that we wanted to track so that everything can be tracked, and that's something that we wanted to do it real time. Dashboard, as I mentioned, that real-time dashboard in terms of whether there is a gap in design process, whether there is a gap in the customer approval, whether there is a gap in the manufacturing, or there is a gap in the shipping. How to make sure that we identify those things, and what are the benchmark criteria, against benchmark criteria, how your process is doing right now, and then try to improve on that. Accounting was a big lift, that they were using QuickBooks, so it was all manually entered data from different systems. WordPress was giving something, known management system was giving something, there was separate system of email was giving the data. Instead of that, everything comes into a single system was something which was very crucial. Seamless, the sales, which was big sales improvement, that every salesperson was always complaining that they don't know what price to quote it, they don't know how quickly the sketch will be made, what is the status of the product or the orders or the invoicing, things like that. Having in a single system, they able to clearly know that this is the time and date when customer approved the order, this is the time our designer worked on it and sent it to the customer, this is the time customer approved, this is the time it went in manufacturing, and if there is a delay, if there is a deadline, they try to share with the customer to make sure that customer get a clarity on the status of that. Even we were integrating the shipping cost, because that was also something which was very important. As with the global tariff and the scenarios which is going on, sometime we give shipping free, sometime we add shipping, but shipping is something which is very crucial for them to track it out, how much they are spending on shipping. If they are really paying to the customer, is paying for the shipping, or they are absorbing the shipping cost by themselves. And if they are absorbing by themselves, then we also wanted to make sure that the salesperson and the company level, there is a clarity, how much is your profit and how much profit you have lost because of the extra shipping costs and things like that. So those were kind of product things that we have gone into detail of that. Since the product is live for last couple of years, we are able to track the data, and generally we do a quarterly business review meeting with each of our customers, trying to see what is the status of improvement in terms of the product, efficiencies, things like that. So overall, we have seen that productivity for entire company in each and every processes has increased by 40%, and this was some of the data that we captured, that what was the life before Odoo in 2015-16 and what is the life after Odoo. Production has improved because one, the bill of material clarity came. Also there was a visibility that which are the orders are in approval process which is going to come, so that the manufacturing can plan according to that. Significantly reducing the data entry, because there was so much of data entry was happening between all different manual systems. We automated that to a great level. Reduce the downtime, which is that automated process, so there is no downtime. If someone is on a holiday, someone is not available, there is no clarity on that. Increase in terms of the visibility across the operations and trying to give the dashboard. Accurate cost tracking and reduction is something that is achieved. Notification was something which was very important for them to get it automated, and with the Odoo email and the entire Discuss system, we try to do the internal notification and to the external customer notification, which was something crucial. And compliance and accuracy, right? Those are some of the things from the US compliance point of view, Canada compliance point of view, which country you are operating, state, things like that, real-time taxation, all of those things, something created. This is the customer who was there in the last year Odoo. They came. There are a couple of customers case studies available about this customer, given a session to the Odoo, given a session to us. So if you go to YouTube, check out Brainvire Mascot customer or street character, you will find out a lot of information about that. There is a case study covered in Odoo and a Brainvire website about this end-to-end. These are some of our other customers across the globe. Typically at a Brainvire level, we generally work with the large-scale customers where we either implement Odoo as one of the process, can be sales, purchase, manufacturing, inventory, accounting, or it can be end-to-end Odoo implementation, depend upon the customer's bandwidth, customers readiness from the acceptation point of view, and things like that. Since we are global, so we have a team in US, Canada, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and India. And typically our team get involved. So even during this customer, we had a lot of on-site visit to their Canada manufacturing process to make sure that we do the right design and architecture, and during the go live and training from the UAT point of view. If you have any questions, if you want to deep dive into it, we are happy to answer some of the questions. And then we have a booth here, B1 in Hall 7. So if you have more questions, we are happy to answer and happy to show you the demo of the product. Our sales functional expert team is available and they will be happy to show you as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I don't know if it is working. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So if you guys have a question, you can ask on the pod, and then I will ask our guest here. So that's the first option. Second option is also that you can meet directly our guests afterwards. Thank you so much for the presentation, and we'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes if there are some questions. I see someone typing, so let's just wait for a couple of minutes.
Perfect. Yeah. More detail is still available on our website and on the Odoo site as well. And there is a couple of demos, case studies available as well. So if you guys want to get into detail of that.
One of the first questions is, how long did the implementation take, and how many hours did you spend also on development and project management?
So typically the implementation was around 4 months. But of course we did not went live with all the modules in 4 months. First place was that to get into the sales process automation completely, and then move to the manufacturing, and then go into the accounting piece of it. So if you ask me, altogether it was around 9 to 10 months, but it went into phases. So first we went live with phase 1, which was more or less into the sales and automation of the sales and purchase, then move to manufacturing, and then accounting. Yeah.
Okay, and did you already upgrade it to Odoo 17 or plus?
No, so right now they are on 16. We were looking at upgrading to 19, but I think 18 or 19. 19 has some of the coolest feature, and I think they want to also do the payroll, and I think 19 has launched the payroll as well. So ideally we are going to move them into 19, but that's the process. I think in next 1 quarter we are going to do that.
Thank you. And did you have to do any other software integrations with Odoo for that specific project?
So they were using WordPress and blog post, right? So of course WordPress has a decent market coverage from the SEO point of view and the blog post. So we wanted to make sure that we retain that. So that was something we integrated. In the earlier part of the first 3 months, they were still using QuickBooks. So we integrated with the QuickBooks because they have not replaced QuickBooks with this. So first 3 months QuickBooks, till now we do a little bit of WordPress integration with them. Yeah.
All right. And now we have an extra question. So how does street character manage with customer asking for a custom product, then the employees of the street character spend time on sketching it, but then the customer says no and does not buy the product at the end? What's happening in the flow?
I mean, good question. So that is one of the things which happens, right? But now with the current process, at least they're able to find out which is the customers, because they're able to track from the sales to the street, character designing, how much time it takes into character designing. They exactly know, right, what is the pre-sales effort they put it, and they do it. This is a kind of pre-sales. So sometimes you win it, sometimes you don't win it. But when the new customer come, at least they know that this customer last 3 times they did not buy anything, because every data is in the single place. So they're able to do that. But yes, I mean, there is a process that they spend 10, 15, 20 hours into sketching and design. Sometimes customer might say no, and you have to live with it. But we are able to give them dashboard and report, so the management take a meaningful decision on that.
At least you have the data. Okay. And one specific question here in terms of integration: have you done CAD software integration like Autodesk Inventor? If that
CAD from the CAD point of view, right?
I guess I don't have extra information.
So
yes.
CAD, of course, no.
Yes,
the CAD is not integrated in that, so they don't have CAD that has been integrated. They were integrated manufacturing only at the process level, but CAD level we have not done the integration. They were using a very old traditional software, machine, which was not easy to integrate, and for them even the cost of implementation versus how much they are spending was important. So I think this was the first phase, but maybe I think with the 19 we may look at it, right? Depend upon with the current upgrade.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. It's Perfect. The end of the question and the end of the session. If needed, our guest is still available, so do not hesitate to ask extra questions.
Please visit our booth at B1. Happy to meet you. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Thank you so much.